5 seconds.
1, 2, chorus, 2, 3, 4.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out the channel again. My name's Greg if you're new here, and I wanted to go over something that I had the opportunity to do last year. I was in charge of the sound design portion of a conference opener, and as simple as I can make it, think of a concert, and as the band enters the stage, that entire process, we wanted to be something that actually captivated people as well, and not just like, oh, cool, the band's coming out. But it's like they're watching a video on the screen, lights are following the video, everything is happening time synced through timecode, and I wanted to kind of help launch this opener into the opening track of the entire conference. Really stinking cool how this all worked out. Our leader said, hey, I want this glitch effects, and then the song stutters, and then it sweeps up, and then a bell, something that kind of gets your attention. So here is the final product as to what actually happened in real time at the conference, and I'll play that video right now. Okay, as you can see, it was kind of epic how all the lighting, the video, all the sound, everything was linked together. I was just in charge of the sound design portion, so I wanted to go over what happened, where it was, how it kind of created just a captivating experience. So I have those sweeps right here at the beginning, really it's where the track starts to stutter, some white noise glitches. In addition to this, I ended up having a cue and guide system built into this, and I didn't actually show you this because this was happening in our in-ear monitors. So if I just highlight these, you can actually hear 15-second, 1 minute, countdown timers for the band. So like, okay, it's time to go out on stage because they can hear it in their in-ear mix. 30 seconds. So my own voice, everyone laughed when they saw me playing guitar, and also 20 seconds. Heard me kind of barking out chords and stuff, and 10 seconds. 10 seconds remain. 5 seconds.
1, 2, chorus, 2, 3, 4.
You can kind of tell the band had their own mix they were hearing. The whole crowd, the whole room had their own mix. Time code lighting, and I've got another video I want to show right here as well. Audio taken out, obviously, but we were syncing up everything time code wise. So here's Ableton. Here's our video displaying on our giant LED wall, and here are the lighting cues. Countdown timers come up, and then as that follows, the countdown timers go off. All lights dark, full band go. So the lighting is actually following the cues of Ableton in this regard. This video's courtesy of my good buddy David, who's our mix engineer. And he also took everything and expanded my mix and built his mix around this. He did a lot of the processing, a lot of the side chaining. So here is his mix. Essentially, this was about a month's time of just experimentation, sending everything back over Dropbox, just sharing ideas, casting our vision for what we're wanting to hear. We're always taking good feedback from each other. So if someone's like, hey, I don't really like that sound, or maybe we should turn that bell sound quieter in the mix. I just knew we had 1 minute. I have anything I can do. I used a lot of Native Instruments stuff. I got an Omnisphere patch that's actually playing those hits. So there's like a pops. 808 hits is really kind of a fun one our sound guy wanted. So he's just like, okay, let's just kind of play this. Let's kind of add kick drums. Another thing we wanted, or I really wanted, was like steps, or kind of step hits. It's like a march. So that, when you sync it all together, all these hits, tonal hits as well. The tonal hits really sounded like game show bells, or down a couple octaves and you get something that sounds like this. Simple enough, but absolutely mind-bending when you hear it live and see everything with the lights. Here are all my risers. Let's kind of break these down. So risers, I got a couple of sub-risers, pitched risers like that. Cool. And this all came from Rise and Hit. So if I click on this, you can see the actual instance of Rise and Hit that I'm using. Yeah, so here are all of our risers. I'll solo these one at a time, and I'll kind of bring each of them in. So the first one is just riser 1. Riser 2 on top of that. Here's our pitched riser, which is actually, if I'm not mistaken, the term is called a shepherd tone. Essentially, it's one pitch that just continually rises, and it also comes in an octave lower as the same thing, so it almost sounds like an infinitely rising riser. A sub riser, just to kind of give some sub rumble. All together. Cool. Last thing we had is just, in addition to our hits, we had just a various conglomeration of timers and bells. So I had a wind-up timer. Here's the wind-up. A ticking timer, alarm clock 1, service bell. Service bell is pitch shifted down an octave, just kind of gives it more body, more space, with some space designer reverb. So all together, here's our wind up, our egg timer, alarm 1, bell, alarm 2, panned left and right. And the final thing to add to this is just another riser. With a lot of space, because I wanted a little bit of like a room, like whoosh, and all of those parts from the top of the hits. I still get excited. This was easily one of the most fun projects I've ever worked on, especially when you see the end result and how everything came together super well. Maybe you work at a church, or maybe you have a band that, you want a cool opener for your concert. There are so many cool pieces and elements around this that I'd love to really share my knowledge if it can help anyone. So as far as this goes, if you have any questions about this process, my creative process, how our team collaborated and shared ideas back and forth, drop them in the comment section below, and let's just start a conversation around this. One person is a win. So for the most part, if you just want to learn how I did this, maybe expand on the sound design elements that I used, let's start a conversation. I'd love to really walk some more people through this. Anyway, have a good one.